Hello everyone, and welcome to the cafe. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, and yes, we are back with another lovely episode of our cafe. So, before we begin, how are you all doing so far? And looks like Mido is actually listening to my show right now. And if I can say hello to Mido, hello Mido, welcome to my program. But yeah,
Hi,
she will
hi,
be.
hi.
Hello Mido, how are you? How are you today?
Hi, hi, hi.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Today we will be talking about the various. We will be talking about the various topics, covering related to tech, and of course, we will be and we will be bumping our petition to save Android from becoming closed source. So if you want to keep Android platform open and not to let Google um, turn Android into a lockdown platform, well, I highly encourage everyone to sign the petition right now. That is keepandroidopen.org. Again, that's keepandroidopen.org. That's keepandroidopen.org. I will also be leaving it in the show notes once the episode is done on the live, or I should say once the episode is done, which will be placed in the show notes on the replay when it goes up. Okay, without any further ado, now let's get into our tech cafe and let's see what can we cover so far. Okay, kicking off our first tech cafe headline, according to The Verge, Anthropic upgrades Google's memory to attract AI switchers. Yup. So if you are coming from ChatGPT or Copilot or any other AI chatbot you are familiar with, well, Anthropic might convince you to switch to their chatbot that is Anthropic. So let's get my screen share up as we speak. All right, here it is. So once again, I'm gonna be sourcing this from The Verge. Anthropic is making it easier to switch to excluded AI from other chatbots with an update that brings Google's memory feature to users on the free plan, along with a new prompt and dedicated tool for importing data from other chatbots. These upgrades could allow users who have been using rivals like OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google's Gemini to quickly copy the data from to quickly copy the data the preferred AI has collected on them and bring it over to Anthropic's chatbot. That way, they don't have to start over teaching Clude the context and history the previous chatbot already knows. The option to import and export memories from Clude has been available since October, when Anthropic also rolled out the option for users to turn on Clude's memory. Up until now, the memory feature was only available to users on paid Clude subscriptions, but now Clude users can turn it on by going into settings, then capabilities. This menu is also where users can find the new memory importing tool, which has users copy a pre-written prompt into the previous AI, then copy the output from that prompt back into Clude's importing tool. Anthropic, on the other hand, is introducing the upgraded memory importing tool as Clude is seeing a rise in popularity, driven by tools like Clude Code and Clude Cowork. Last month, Anthropic launched its new Opus 4.6 and Sonnet 4.6 models, which the company says are better at coding and completing complex tasks like working through a spreadsheet or filling out forms. Anthropic has also been experiencing a spike in attention recently after pushing back against demands from the Pentagon to loosen the guardrails on its AI models, with the company stating publicly that they drew red lines around mass surveillance and fully autonomous lethal weapons. So there you go. So if this convinces you to move to Clode's chatbot from Anthropic, well, this is your chance now. So What are your thoughts on the upgrades that we are seeing from Entropic? Let us know. I mean, yeah, I would like to know about this one. Okay. Excuse me. Let's move on to another one. And this time, Google Home is getting a major update. And same outlet that we are covering, it's from The Verge. And actually, before I do that, let me check if it's a paywall article. This seem like it to me here, but okay. Excuse me. All right, our next one is, of course, we will be covering detailing what Google is bringing with their new Google Home update. So Google Home chief Anish Katukaran announced several updates to the smart home platform that fix a long list of annoyances and idiosyncrasies. There's also one noteworthy new addition, the introduction of live search for your cameras. So instead of Gemini only knowing about things that have already happened, and now understands what it sees in your live camera feeds. That means you can ask things like, "Hey Google," I hope I'm not actually summoning Google on my assistant, but anyway, if you say that term, is there a car in the driveway? Oh, is it actually? Okay, never mind. Okay, anyway, so if you say the term, Google, is there a car in the driveway? Yeah, you can ask the question like that. But there's a catch. Live search requires a subscription to the events plan of Google Home Premium, which costs $20 per month or $200 per year. Gemini for Home is now also using updated models, a change that should improve the quality and accuracy of answers to general questions and help with playback of newly released songs. Gemini now understands context better too, which should improve how it targets smart devices. For example, saying turn off the kitchen will not target just the lights in the room instead of every smart device. And comment like turn off all the lights will apply to your current location and not target the lights in a secondary location like a cabin or parent's home that you also manage. So far, what I can see here is a major improvements from major improvements of Google Home, and yeah, this is a huge step up from them. So this is very cool to see. All right. What else do I have here? And let me check right here. Okay, our next one is the new smartphone screen protector or built-in screen protector is Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3. So, Corning has announced Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3, a new upgrade to smartphone cover glass that promises protection against years of drops, and it's launching first on the upcoming Motorola Razr Fold. And what is Gorilla Glass? Well, you will find on nearly every flagship tier smartphone, and the latest iteration is aiming to protect even better against drops. Corning says that Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3 is designed to handle repeat drops for years, with lab testing finding that the glass can stay intact through at least 20 repeated 1-meter drops onto asphalt-like surfaces. So this is Corning's official statement on the launch of Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3. Quote, Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3 also demonstrated substantial advantages in repeated drop scenarios. In Corning lab tests, the material survived at least 20 repeated drops from 1 meter onto surfaces simulating asphalt, another common surface where devices are dropped. In contrast, a competitive aluminosilicate glass typically failed on the first drop, underscoring the long-term durability benefits enabled by Corning's glass ceramic technology. So, 95 Google saw this for themselves in action at Mobile World Congress 2026, with Corning representatives dropping a test device using Gorilla Glass 3 ceramic from a few feet in the air into a free fall onto an asphalt-like surface. The device fell face first, arguably the scariest way to land, and came out unscorched. Corning said that the device had already taken several falls before that too. Gorilla Glass Victory will launch first on the Motorola Razr Fold, the new foldable that was detailed more in depth at Mobile World Congress 2026 this week. And Corning says that Razr Fold will be the first smartphone available with this new glass, but other brands are likely to follow not too far behind. And speaking of the other smartphone brands that we will be covering more on our smartphone news before the end of the show later, so stay tuned for that. Okay, and actually before I move on, I wanted to keep my taste on this. Well, I am very curious to see how durable is the Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3, and if they are saying or if what they are saying is true, well, we can expect to be the most durable smartphone cover protector of all time. Well, who knows? We'll have to wait and see on that. All right, let's move on to our next one. By the way, we are live right here on Cool FM, and also on 89.5 Manila SDR, and also on As Media's radio station, As Radio, and of course on koolTV. And we are also live on our YouTube channels, that is ASPHERE'S Cafe As Media, and on official YouTube channel of koolTV, along with the Facebook live stream of Cool FM Primetime on TG1 Cool FM's Facebook page, that is Cool FM Primetime. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, I don't think it's this related to Tech Cafe, but I have talked about Paramount and Warner Brothers last night, or yesterday, or in the previous episode of our cafe. Well, here we are again. Mido. You're not gonna be surprised with this one. So let me just get my mention up here, because I'm pretty sure I have left the link there. I know. Okay, I found one, and this is coming from Variety. Okay, HBO Max and Paramount Plus to combine into one streaming platform. Paramount says HBO brand will operate with independence. Really? Operate with independence, huh? Oh, I don't know about this one, to be honest. But either way, this is going to be a spicy headline to discuss with this one. So this is once again coming from Variety. Paramount Skydance plans to combine Paramount Plus and HBO Max into one streaming service upon the completion of the merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery. However, Paramount will want HBO, the brand, to operate with independence. So Paramount CEO David Ellison said this, quoting quote, "As we said, we do plan to put the two services together, which today gives us a little over 200 million direct-to-consumer subscribers," which was referring to an investor call breaking down the details of the planned merger Monday. And the continuing statement, quote, "We think that really positions us to compete with the leaders in the space. At Paramount, by the middle of this year, we will have completed the consolidation of our three services under one unified stack, and you can see us taking a similar approach to this platform going forward. And we think the combined offering, and given the amount of content and what we can do from the tech side, really will put us in a position to be able to compete with the most scaled players in direct-to-consumer." Based on the call, it was not immediately clear what the setup of the new combined service will be and whether HBO Max will be available as a tile within this service or fully integrated. Now, before we even move on to the next line, take note that Paramount Plus is not available in the Philippines, but it's available as a content hub on Plus TV. Okay? Keep that in mind, because last time I checked their website, Wikipedia article, again, they could be wrong, but Paramount Plus content is available through Blast TV, which means the direct Paramount Plus service is not available here in the Philippines, while HBO Max, on the other hand, is available as as a streaming platform, and which is a good thing. But what I am really concerned is if they will shut down the Asian Pacific markets, including the Philippines, here once Paramount Skydance bought once they merged Warner Brothers Discovery with Paramount Skydance. What should I need to be concerned about it? Absolutely, because the service here has been available since 2020, 2024 or 2025. I don't remember, but but HBO Max, or at the time it was called Max, was available in late 2024 before rebranding to HBO Max last year. And looking at this, I should be concerned because when they say whether HBO Max will be available as a tile within the service or fully integrated, I don't know how to say about this one because, again, Paramount Plus is not available in my country, okay? Only HBO Max is, along with other Asia Pacific countries, including Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. Oh, I wonder how bad they're gonna screw up with this one once they merge it. Anyway, however, Ellison did make it clear Paramount leadership wants to give HBO, currently run by Cassie Blois, the special treatment to continue developing and programming content without heavy oversight from Paramount executives. Well, I don't know much about this one, to be honest, because knowing the typical move from Paramount, they can fuck it up easily. So I don't really know about this one, to be honest. Anyway, David Ellison continued with his statement, referring to the HBO, or I should say, referring to HBO and its oversight, HBO and its independence. This is what Ellison said, reading quote, "Casey and his team do absolutely a remarkable job at HBO, which told analysts on the call that Game of Thrones is his favorite HBO series. And as we said, we do plan for that to be able to operate with independence so that HBO can candidly do what it does incredibly well. Our viewpoint is HBO should stay HBO." Well, I mean, it's a legacy brand, which we all know that HBO is a very well-known Hollywood brand. So if they want to keep it that way, they need to keep it that way, but only if they don't screw it up. Alright, they built a phenomenal brand. They are a leader in the space, and we just want them to continue doing more of it. But by bringing the platforms together, all of our content will be able to reach even a broader audience than we can do standalone. Anyway, so there was that one headline that we covered, and oh boy, I really don't know what to say about this one, to be honest. So should we be concerned about HBO Max and Paramount Plus combining into one platform? And if they do combine into one platform, will they use the existing HBO Max sources, or will they migrate over to Paramount Plus? I really don't know. Okay, what can you say about HBO Max and Paramount Plus that will soon be combined into one streaming platform, and how would it affect non-American markets like here in the Philippines? Alright, Mido, go ahead. Alright, Mido? Oh! Okay. Actually, we'll save that for later, but in our area, it looks like lunar eclipse is already starting. We will be bringing up a live footage on that to show you right now. But yes, lunar eclipse is already starting to show up. Let me just switch it to lunar ellipse right here. If I can find a stream right here. Okay, I'm trying to get it to work, but for whatever reason, it's not loading. Or maybe it's my computer, I'm not sure, but yeah. But yeah, thank you for the heads up, Mido, about the lunar ellipse. Yeah, thank you very much for the heads up. But yeah, either way, we do know that the lunar ellipse is already showing up, and we're trying to get it to show it here, right here. Okay, we're not gonna be playing with the audio here. But as you can see in the live footage, of Ubidillion, you can see that you can already see that the full moon is about to show, and I have to say that it looks really beautiful. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Okay. But yeah, what you're seeing on the newscast stream is, yeah, the lunar ellipse right there, ladies and gentlemen. Lunar ellipse right there. But yeah, there's that. So I will be have to say this. I will be getting back to that later. But yeah, what a beautiful moon right there. All right, let's get back to the topic now. So Mido, if you're still around, Mido.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi.
Hello. All right. So
Hi,
I will
hi,
be
hi.
repeating my question now. Now that HBO Max and Paramount Plus is set to merge into one platform once the merger is completed, what do you think is gonna happen? And will they use the existing HBO Max sources, or will they migrate it over to Paramount Plus? And how would it affect non-American markets like our country? Right. So what can you say about this one?
That I don't know, cause I don't think, and I don't remember. I don't remember Paramount Plus plans or expansion plans over to like other parts of the world. As far as I can remember, they're an American only streaming service, so I do not know. This will be crazy, even though, yes, let's say like HBO is going to be an independent entity. We honestly don't know what is going to happen, so we'll see in the coming months.
Okay. As what Mido said, well, as what Mido said, she really doesn't know what will happen to this one, but the only answer is we will have to wait and see in the coming months. So yeah, for me, as I have said earlier, I do have some bad feelings that HBO Max in the Philippines might be shut down because of that Paramount thing. But yeah, over to the audience, let us know in the comments, and I want to know your thoughts on this one, because this should, I don't know for you if it's a good or bad news. Yeah, I'll be your judge for this one. All right, it is now 6:56 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and of course, we have our audience in our show tonight. That is Alzalid Zalia. Shout out to you, man, and as well as our guest co-host and an audience and part of audience as well. That is Mido. Shout out to both of you. And now, actually, I'm not sure if there is anyone watching on koolTV and ASPHERE'S Cafe as Media's YouTube channel. So I need to check if they're watching my show right now. So let's see who's watching. So far we got none. I don't see anyone watching my show on my channel, but we got one people watching on koolTV. So shout out to the one viewer right there. Shout out to the one viewer watching my show on koolTV's YouTube channel right now. So yeah, thank you so much for your continued support. Okay, with that, we will not be taking our commercial break as we will have more tech topics to cover, and of course we'll be sharing my insights and probably some others' insights as well. But we will, in the meantime, our 5-minute sponsors is of course our newest sponsor, that is MSA Gatas or MSA Milk, and also we got Kapinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and Always Grocery as well. With that, we will be right back after the break. Stay along with us.
Boring dito. Hanap na lang kaya ako ng maiinom.
Ang refreshing!
Refresh your day. Feel alive with Chaos Cola. Also available, Chaos Soda.
Woo! 25 pesos lang. Sulit! Bin na!
Dito na tayo sa JA, kung saan lahat ay okay. Sa JA, lahat dito ay super mura. Lahat mga maganda dito sa JA. Sa JA, napatunayan na ng bayan, wala namang iba. Quality shopping ang aming dala. Mapapa-JA talaga kayo. Ang supermarket namin ay JA.
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morela po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Ang pagiging news anchor at journalist, hindi biro ang naging trabaho ko. Mula sa aking pagbasa ng script hanggang matapos ang aking newscast. Hay nako, nakakapagod talaga. Ang saklap pa. Buti na lang, I discover Meralias Cola.
Ang inumin na ito ay may iron, taurine at B vitamins. Dinagdagan pa ng fiber.
Pagkainom ko pa lang, ang sarap. Refreshing talaga at sulit pa. Wow, ayos to sa akin. Kapag masigla ang ating araw, mag-Meralias Cola na tayong lahat.
Sulit na, refreshing pa. 15 pesos pa rin. DM Products Corporation. Antukin pa rin ako tuwing umaga. Napakahirap talagang gumising at yun, late ako parati sa programa. Kapag maganda ang gising ko, sisigla pa rin ako sa tulong ng Tengu Coffee Drink. Ito ay may tamang tapang ng kape na may asukal at creamer. 3-in-1 sa tapang at sarap. Ang tapang, ang sarap. Try nyo. Basta may Tengu, gigising ka. PDM.
Shopee, dua-dua, Memsel, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, Shopee, dua-dua, Memsel, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, di Shopee, dua-dua, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, Memsel.
Achoo! 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 Achoo!
Kasi no? Pero don't worry mga lods, let's try itong Peanut Antivirus. G para sa secure na browsing. G para sa secure na computer. At G para sa secure na Pilipinas.
Download and install Peanut Antivirus now. Kahit saan, sisig ng ina mo, lunod ka sa saya, mula sa pampagana hanggang sa dulo.
Ang sisig na hinahanap-hanap mo ay nasa sisig ng ina mo na. For just 70 pesos, may legit na kapampangan na sisig ka na with soft drinks and sabaw. Dito lang yan sa sisig ng ina mo.
I'm an all-around media personality. Of course, I read books. Because not only they give me knowledge, but they're also a form of entertainment. What you're seeing right now are few of the best-selling brands of GSCA Kent Media. At iilan pa yan, marami pa yan ha. Basta, hanapin nyo lang ang logo na to. The Philippines' leading premier #1 awesome publisher GSCA Kent Media. Because reading is indispensable.
Ay naku, kakapagod mag-drive. Kailangan ko ng mainom.
Uhaw baka mo?
Who's that voice?
O ito, Miralles Cola Orange.
Teka, ito ba'y may iron, taurine, at B vitamins?
Correct! Try mo!
Oh wow, it's refreshing. Thanks, Billy.
Pwede mo rin yan araw-arawin 6 to. Para mas masigla ang araw, mag-Miralles Cola na.
15 pesos na lang. Bili na!
Miralles Cola.
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Uminom ka ng tinted cola sa isang malakas na lasa para masigla ang araw mo. Try na! Sarap di ba? Available din sa mga bayan na walang sugar at 500 ml at 1 litro ng bote. Tinted cola, refresh your life.
Hay naku, nakaka-stress talaga ang traffic. Pagdating ko sa bahay, napahiga na lang ako sa sopa. Yun tuloy, sumakit na ang ulo ko. Reset.
Headache? May solusyon dyan. Introducing PD Pharma Paracetamol Anti-Fever Capsule. Bukod sa lagnat, panlaban rin yan sa sakit ng ulo. May bisa ng paracetamol para balik sigla ka na mula umaga hanggang gabi.
Ayos na ng pakiramdam ko ah. Salamat sa PD Pharma Paracetamol.
Basta paracetamol, hanapin ang nakatatak. PD Pharma. Antukin pa rin ako tuwing umaga. Napakahirap talagang gumising at yun, late ako parati sa programa. Kapag maganda ang gising ko, sisigla pa rin ako sa tulong ng Tengu Coffee Drink. Ito ay may tamang tapang ng kape na may asukal at creamer. 3-in-1 sa tapang at sarap. Ang tapang, ang sarap. Try nyo. Basta may Tengu, gigising ka. PDM.
Every sunrise brings a new story, and every story begins with a single journey. At Zakish Airlines, we believe travel isn't just about reaching your destination. It's about the experience that carries you there. From comfort that feels like home, to service that feels like family, we make sure your moments in the sky are unforgettable. Because when you fly with us, the world is closer than you think. Zakish Airlines, your world within reach.
Make your sauce tastier with O-Spend mayonnaise. Mix, dip, and eat. Sarap. Make your meals deliciously neat with O-Spend mayonnaise.
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
And we are back. It is now 7:08 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and look who is here in my show tonight, and that is the one and only Laro Tayo Gaming. Hello, Laro Tayo Gaming. Welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe. But yeah, and go ahead. I heard you were gonna say something. Go ahead. Oh, I could not hear anything from him, but anyway. Alright, so it plays this mic. Alright, so actually before I continue with other topics, Mido is saying that my mic volume is pretty low. But can you hear me loud and clear though? I'm speaking in front of my mic. Can you hear me? Oh, so my microphone volume is very low on your end? Because mine should be loud. Yeah, see, even the if I mute the quick card, if I mute the quick cards, I don't know if it's here. Oh, okay. Well, if I set the user volume. All right. How about now? Is my microphone volume low? Because as far as I know, on the TOC end, my microphone is that loud. Yeah, see, it's showing the meter going up to the minimum, up to the yellow bar. So I'm not sure why Mido's end is low. I'm not sure, but all I can say is that my microphone is pretty loud, and I can assure you that. So yeah. Anyway, without any further ado, now let's continue with our anime. That will be for tomorrow. But let's continue with our tech cafe headlines, of course. And now let's check my private server as we get. This is where I get the source there. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're gonna be talking about Windows 11, and well, it does look like that the market share has doubled despite all the hate of Windows 11 and its Copilot, and also Microsoft being Microsoft. So here's my screen share as you are about to see. Okay, here it is. So according to Windows Central, Windows 11 market share jumped 2 digits. Yep, jumped, or not 2 digits, not jumped 2 digits, but double digits 2 months in a row. So it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that Windows 11's user base is growing after all. So just a couple months. Oh my God. Just a couple of months ago, it seemed like Windows 11 adoption had flatlined. The latest operating system actually dropped a bit of market share towards the end of 2025, hitting 50.73% in December, according to statistics from StatCounter. Well, that trend has reversed in a major way for 2026. At the start of February, Windows Central's their colleague, Cian Endicott, covered a massive 12-point gain for the OS that brought it up to a 62.41% market share. Now a month later, and with StatCounter displaying numbers for the full month of February, Windows 11 worldwide market share of Windows operating systems has made another significant 10.37% jump. So as you are seeing in the graph coming from StatCounter, yeah, see the difference? And Windows 10 is already in the steep decline too. So that puts Windows 11 at a rather healthy 72.78% market share. In the same graph provided by StatCounter, you can see how Windows 10 has also dropped off significantly at the same time to land at 26.27%. Windows 7, which was holding to about a 3.8% share of users at the start of 2026, has now basically disappeared into a sub 1% basement alongside Windows 8 or 8.1 and Windows XP. Well, it's important to note that StatCounter does not have official numbers from Microsoft as to how many users Windows has. Instead, it gathers its data monthly from billions of page views across about 1.5 billion websites. Nevertheless, they know that Windows 11 passed 1 billion users thanks to Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella's comments during the company's most recent earnings call. Despite what seems like an overabundance of bad press surrounding the state of Windows 11, the newer OS made it to the billion user milestone in 1,576 days compared to 1,705 days for Windows 10. And despite all of the growing market share, there has been a lot of hate, especially with the recent Copilot's official Discord server where they blocked the Microsoft term. Right. Well, as for Windows Central's reasons, Windows 11 isn't perfect, and it's likely they're gonna say the same thing. It's likely that they're going to say a same thing. Coming from a user who used Windows 11, they knew that they didn't like the Force AI, so you're gonna say it right in front of you if you haven't used it before. So, Windows Central thinks that a lot of users would happily overlook some of its flaws if they didn't seem so unnecessary. For example, this year Microsoft has already issued several out-of-band emergency updates to fix issues introduced with major patches. The OS is only getting more AI, much of it half-baked, and this is why people are calling it Microsoft. And as the OS moves into an online AI-fused experience, classic tools like Notepad are failing to launch. Due to server-side licensing service issues. Alright, and another example, or adding to the examples like these to the increasing telemetry forced accounts to use Windows 11, or forced accounts rather being Microsoft accounts, and the early death of Windows 10, and you can see why users are starting to get miffed. And the bottom line, despite a lot of negative press, Windows 11 is proving to be very resilient. Now, for the poll, are you using Windows 11 on your PC? Honestly, yes, but it's not that good. It's not that good as I thought, but here are the results if you're curious, which I already voted. I voted the second option. So 43% voted that they do use Windows 11 and they say this is good OS. 90% voted saying yes, begrudgingly, and 24% said no, I use a different version of Windows, and 40% said no, I use a different OS, being Mac OS or Linux. So there's that. And well, what a major turning point for Microsoft and Windows 11. As again, we all know that there has been a lot of hate with Windows 11 very lately, and yeah, what a surprise, huh? What a surprise. Okay. I know me too. I know me too. Oh man. Anyways. Anyways. Oh man. Alright. Alright, so Laura Tire Gaming, I know that you were trying to get the mic to work, but hello man. How are you, man?
Hello, I am good. Currently setting up the zero tier VPN at the moment. So yeah. Pain.
All right. Now, as you know that Windows 11's market share is growing, despite all the hate against the operating system and Copilot. What do you think about the numbers so far that I covered or that I showed you earlier? Because again, the number according to the stat counter is a record high 72.78% of market share. What can you say about the market share of Windows 11?
Number one, they are forced to do like the market share for Windows because number one, yeah, it is a reliable software, not gonna lie, but the problem is they are posting much more features that nobody asked for. They are making a lot of features, like for example Copilot, like oh my god, you need to add Copilot on every single Microsoft products now. But also currently, did you already what do you call this? Did you already heard the news of California law being like oh, you need to have a ID now?
Oh yeah,
Even
that
on
bullshit
Linux.
actually. That actual bullshit. That bullshit. Age verification for Linux. Ay.
And not gonna lie, how do they do that? How?
That's the problem because the age verification is rapidly spreading worldwide. It really sucks.
Not gonna lie, I really hate it because
Same
they
here.
will probably this is a control, not a
Just because they want to protect the kids. Nope. No, not really.
Not gonna lie, they are. I will not assign. I will not sign anything like even on Discord if that will happen because not gonna lie, I really hate the legislation of you need to have an ID now in order to make some account working on like for example, Roblox or Discord or YouTube and other stuff. It is just absurd. It is just absurd, you know. And
Exactly.
I think, not gonna lie, they are already like they are already memeing like this year is the year of the Linux desktop, and not gonna lie, I hope so. And also, and also, if they want to do that, I will probably they will definitely do a funny move of basically revoking licenses for Linux on their government.
Oh no!
On their
Oh
government.
no!
If they do that, that would be funny as they are forcing to have
Yes,
Windows servers.
imagine revoking the right, or I should say, imagine revoking your right to use the PC unless you do a stupid age verification with your forced government ID. Imagine that. Imagine that, guys.
I'm so pissed. Not gonna lie, I'm so pissed. Like, this is definitely not for kids. This is definitely for other people
More like a
to
mass
target.
surveillance. More like massive surveillance.
Yeah,
Surveillance.
more than massive surveillance, indeed. Indeed, because it is the stock to have some of these quote unquote verification. Oh my god, in order to have a kids protected. Bro, we have parents, you know? And they're not doing jack shit.
True. True. True.
They're
This
not
is what
doing
happens.
anything. This is the what do you call this? This is the responsibility of the parents, not a government entity.
Correct. Correct. It's more on parents that should be monitoring their kids, not the big tech companies or government. If you are letting them do that, that sounds wrong, and it is that sounds very wrong, and they should be worried if they let them do that for you, right?
Yeah, indeed. Like, why?
Yeah, just
Why they
why.
are?
So
Why they
yeah,
are doing
California age verification law, that needs to be stopped. That needs to be stopped because it's already passed, but they still have time to stop from making it happen. But man, I heard it when my one of my favorite YouTubers, GB Reviews, covered it. And more recently, Lon TV has also talked about the California age verification too. But yeah, it's really not a good look. And just imagine, if you want to use the computer, heck, even Windows will be affected too. Yeah, I hate to say this, but you no longer own a product if they're going to do that way, right?
Yeah, they are never gonna be like owning a product at this point.
True.
I
True.
hope that they will be like what do you call this? This is definitely a wake up call.
Yeah, it should be a this is a wake up call to those who are living in California. They need to start paying attention to what it actually means, and will it even protect kids? Highly not. But they need to start. The parents need to start watching over their kids. If they don't want to let that happen, then start disciplining yourself.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. Okay. And as for the lunar eclipse earlier, yep, here it is. Mido, look, we got the images of lunar eclipse. What you are seeing on screen right now.
Wait, this still
Oh,
currently happening right now, or no?
I think so. I think so
It
because I
is, it
was
Wait,
is.
I
The only
will
problem
check.
is
I
I
will.
just don't
Wait,
see
wait,
it
wait.
from.
Wait
I
a
mean, I
second. I
see it
will check
very
my.
faintly in my room. I see like a very reddish circle up above my room. I can see it from my room. It's just
Mm.
very faint from what I'm seeing here. It's like
But
a
what do you see
reddish
on your end?
brown.
Because I don't know if I can check it, but I do have my balcony in my room. But take over for a bit. I will check outside if I do have a moon there. Take over for a bit, Mido.
Tapos nagtagalog. Ay! Tapos nagtagalog ako. Welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe. I'm your temporary host. Wow!
Okay,
Kaya ako music.
okay. I checked my room, and unfortunately, I don't see a moon on my room on my
It's
balcony.
very, very faint. You can barely see it, but there is sort of a reddish circle that you see up in the skies. It's just very, very faint, but you see it.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Like the moon right there. Heck, the image speaks for itself. Why does it remind me of a heating moon? Oh man. Anyway, right. Anyways, there you go. That's the current situation of our lunar eclipse. What time does it
I'm
end,
back.
Migo?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, hey, you're back. Oh, hello, Laro Gaming.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
what do you see? What did you see on your end?
It is beautiful. Holy sh! It is
Nice.
beautiful.
Did you take a picture? Did you take a photo? Did you take a
Yeah,
photo?
but my camera is not good at taking photos, but yeah, sure.
But your phone camera, right?
Yeah, my phone camera is bad, but sure.
Ah, I see, I see. But it does look beautiful in person, right?
Yeah, here. Sadly, the camera is really grainy, but
Mm, yeah, it really does. I can tell it's not that good. But yeah, it is. It does look nice. See, it does look nice.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
It
Well,
really does.
sadly, I don't get to see it on my balcony, which sucks. I don't see a moon on my balcony, unfortunately.
For me,
But
like I think I've seen something like, you know,
mm,
I had to make some changes for that. Like it is just exceptional that I'm seeing it on my back on the front of my house. In the front of my house. It's just good.
all right. Okay, so so yeah, Migo, what time will the lunar eclipse be done? Because I don't know if I can still I don't know if I can have it still have it
It
yet.
should be done around 8:05. Or if not
8:05.
8:05, it's probably like an hour from now or 30 minutes from now.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mido. And that's the current situation of our lunar eclipse. And if you haven't had a chance to see the full moon for yourself, now this is your time. This is your chance to go outside this is now your chance to go outside and see the moon for
And
yourself.
touch.
And if you're a part of an area that you can actually see the moon, then you will be lucky. But again, this is by the time of this posting and for the replay viewers, it's already done. So yeah, there it's that. And we do have one more image from Aviator John. There it is. Laro, look at this. We got a full res. Oh, well, I don't know if it's grainy, but we got a full image coming from Aviator John about the moon right here.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing some news organizations actually currently monitoring the lunar eclipse.
Mm.
And
And
yeah, Ariel Ro has just reported from the Pagasa Science Garden in Quezon City earlier.
oh
Yep.
my god, it is actually beautiful. That like I'm seeing it from mile away.
Mm. Yep. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, if only I can get a chance to see it on my balcony, it would be great. But man, I guess I'm not lucky. Oh man, I'm not lucky.
Well, if I have a what do you call this? If I have a chance to see that in a really not grainy kind of like if I have a camera, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I can just see that from mile away. It is just good. Oh my god. I really love that. I really love the lunar eclipse today that I'm seeing right now on my balcony.
All right. Okay, so now we have less than a few topics before we take our commercial break. And actually, we're going on more than a news headline or more than a tech headlines, but right, we're gonna talk about the iPhone 70e. We will cover more specs. We will cover details on what iPhone 70e will look like later on our smartphone news segment. But for now, have you heard about the announcement of iPhone 70e along with the new iPad Air with M4 chip? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Hi.
Ayun. All right. But have you heard? So I was saying, have you heard about the new iPhone 70e and iPad Air with N4 chip? And if you have heard already, what are your first thoughts? What are your first impressions on the
I'm
new Apple
excited,
devices?
honestly. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't have a phone. I don't can't really afford, but I'm excited for the features that will be implemented from there.
Yeah, nice. How about you, LTG? Yeah, how about you, LTG?
For me, can I say this?
Go ahead.
I am not an iPhone guy, so please, if you are talking about iPhones, no.
Oh man, but I have to say, if you know, oh no, wait. If you know, last month, I actually used iPhone SE as my temporary main device back then because I wanted to check if the SIM was already unlocked for other carriers to use, and that's why I used the iPhone SE as my temporary main phone for a week, and then after a week, the unlocking process already took place. But back to what I was saying. In all honesty, the iOS 26 user interface is, in my opinion, pretty good. And going to the iPhone, coming for a long time user who hasn't used iOS for a past years, man, it really feels like iOS has changed a lot. Yeah, iOS really has changed. So, yeah. And I don't know if iPhone will be my next smartphone because my current smartphone is not that good. And the reason why my current smartphone or Galaxy A03s is not good is because the 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 chipset is sluggish. The RAM is only 3 gigabytes of RAM, and the storage is very low for today's standards. That is 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Yeah, it's very low for today's standard, but I'm still holding on it today, and it still works. But it really is only capable for basic tasks, not for mobile gaming, not for intense use, only for basic use really, like texting, watching few videos. There's that. Because if you try to do some intense task on that phone, it's gonna lag hard, and eventually the operating system can stop working too, or eventually the operating system will stop working and will require you to force restart. So that's that's what I call describe. That's what I describe my current smartphone, the Galaxy A03s. Absolute bad, absolute dog shit. It's not good today. Okay? It's not good for today's standards. So yeah. Now I wanna say right here. How do I say this now? Oh wait, I completely forgot to from last night. That Samsung is also starting to lock down on the recovery options, leaving only with the reboot, factory reset, and power off. With the
Wait, what?
the current One UI 8.5 beta. I'm not kidding, Loro Tire Gaming. It's actually true. I have
So they
covered that.
are. Oh my god!
I have
what is
covered that last night.
happening?
I have covered that last night. Actually, yeah, I have covered on the yesterday's episode of our cafe. Actually, yeah, yeah. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. So, where is the?
Can I say this,
Go
Cairo?
ahead. Go ahead.
Why it is why Android is slowly becoming an iPhone ecosystem. It is not good. It is not good.
It really isn't good. If I can say this right now, it really isn't good. It's not good at all.
But I
Trust
will
me.
probably buy Pixel phones. Nagalai on the latest Android crackdown. If I have a Pixel phone, I will just flash graphene and that's it.
There. Right here. Okay? Right here, Larotaro Gaming. Right over, I don't know. I need to close this one. Right over here. Right over here. Yup, right over here. White cache partition removed.
Oh my god.
And
So
then
they are just
if you look very closely, this is coming from Samsung community's forum post, which again I have already talked about it last night. Okay, I have already talked about it last night, but as you can see, the impacted device is the Galaxy S25 and other devices receiving the February 2026 patch, One UI 8.5 and One UI 8. And this is what you get now. See? Reboot system now. White data factory reset and power off.
well, not gonna lie. I thought they also remove wipe data factory reset. What is the recovery options now? If I like, oh my god, I'm just booting off and power off. the system. But anyways, if the wipe cache partition is somewhat quote unquote is somewhat it make the system quite more slow when it comes to building cache again. That's why they are probably phasing out into the wipe cache partition maybe. But it is still a not good of a change because they are removing removing the things that are embedded to like a Android operating system. Like if you want to wipe cache, if you want to wipe system partition, if you want to wipe the blah 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 blah, you need to have a custom recovery now rather than stock.
Yep. It's bad. Yeah, removing more options like applying update to manually, that's not the case anymore. Even doing the graphics stats, you cannot do that anymore. Viewing recovery log, nope, not anymore too. What is happening? Why Samsung is doing this? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah. And so far, that's my round of some discussions I can share right now. But in the meantime, it is now 7:45 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will be heading over to our smartphone news now that is coming up next right here on ASPHERE'S Cafe. Stay along with us. Our show will return after the break. Stay along with us. We'll be right back.
TOC, galaw.
Babalik po ang ASPHERE'S Cafe. Ano na?
TOC, galaw.
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Mabango ang hair. Hindi lang ang hair, smooth pa rin. Thanks to O-Spend Shampoo with 100% natural coconut cream. May long-lasting bango, kaya di lang mabango, bango smooth pa.
Canyon Choco Biscuit. With extra chocolate and extra creamer in one biscuit, will give a delicious chocolate taste. You'll want to try it again.
Canyon Choco Biscuit. Feel the Choco vibes.
Kung ikaw ay nagtataka, ito ay isang napakasarap na adobo. Pero bakit napakabango? Ang sikreto ni Mommy ay O-Spend Toyo. Ito ay fermented, gawain ito sa pinakamahusay na kalidad ng soybeans mula sa sakahan, sobrang sarap, sobrang dekalidad, at syempre, safe gamitin ayon sa Food and Drug Administration. Para sa iyong pamilya, pipiliin ng lahat ang pinakamahusay na brand. O-Spend Toyo, sulit sarap!
I'm an all-around media personality. Of course, I read books. Because not only they gave me knowledge, but they're also a form of entertainment. What you're seeing right now are few of the best-selling brands of GSCA Kent Media. At iilan pa yan, marami pa yan ha. Basta, hanapin nyo lang ang logo na to. The Philippines' leading premier #1 awesome publisher GSCA Kent Media. Because reading is indispensable.
Kahit saan, sisig ng ina mo, lunod ka sa saya, mula sa pampagana hanggang sa dulo.
Ang sisig na hinahanap-hanap mo ay nasa sisig ng ina mo na. For just 70 pesos, may legit na kapampangan na sisig ka na with soft drinks and sabaw. Dito lang yan sa sisig ng ina mo.
Every sunrise brings a new story, and every story begins with a single journey. At Zakish Airlines, we believe travel isn't just about reaching your destination. It's about the experience that carries you there. From comfort that feels like home, to service that feels like family, we make sure your moments in the sky are unforgettable. Because when you fly with us, the world is closer than you think. Zakish Airlines, your world within reach.
Hay naku, nakaka-stress talaga ang traffic. Pagdating ko sa bahay, napahiga na lang ako sa sopa. Yun tuloy, sumakit na ang ulo ko. Reset.
Headache? May solusyon dyan. Introducing PD Pharma Paracetamol Anti-Fever Capsule. Bukod sa lagnat, panlaban rin yan sa sakit ng ulo. May bisa ng paracetamol para balik sigla ka na mula umaga hanggang gabi.
Ayos na ng pakiramdam ko ah. Salamat sa PD Pharma Paracetamol.
Basta paracetamol, hanapin ang nakatatak. PD Pharma. Antukin pa rin ako tuwing umaga. Napakahirap talagang gumising at yun, late ako parati sa programa. Kapag maganda ang gising ko, sisigla pa rin ako sa tulong ng Tengu Coffee Drink. Ito ay may tamang tapang ng kape na may asukal at creamer. 3-in-1 sa tapang at sarap. Ang tapang, ang sarap. Try nyo. Basta may Tengu, gigising ka. PDM. Kamusta si PD ito? Kung kailan napagod ako sa trabaho, kakabasa ng script o sa prompter man, at kahit ako'y pagod pa rin, sisigla pa rin ako sa tulong ng Miralles Cola. Miralles Cola lamang ang may iron, taurine at B vitamins. Ayos to ah. Para masigla ang araw nyo, mag-Miralles Cola na. PDM.
Innova Power G6. Fast, sleek, reliable, affordable. Now equipped with Ryzen 7000 series CPU, Radeon RX 7000 series, 1TB SSD storage, and 32GB RAM. Enough to fulfill your needs.
Innova.
Pagkagising sa umagang mangol at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Venice Maple Syrup para paglalagay ng pancakes at waffles sa mas matamis. Sarap.
Presyo sa 300 pesos lang. Magbibili sa lahat ng Jor Supermarket, mga grocery stores, department stores at sa lahat ng mga inyong tindahan.
Ay naku, kakapagod mag-drive. Kailangan ko ng mainom.
Uhaw baka mo?
Who's that voice?
O ito, Miralles Cola Orange.
Teka, ito ba'y may iron, taurine at B vitamins?
Correct! Try mo!
Oh wow, it's refreshing. Thanks, Billy.
Pwede mo rin yan araw-arawin 6 to. Para mas masigla ang araw, mag-Miralles Cola na.
15 pesos na lang. Bili na!
Miralles Cola.
Ang boring dito. Hanap na lang kaya ako ng maiinom.
Ang refreshing.
Refresh your day. Feel alive with Chaos Cola. Also available, Chaos Soda.
Woo! 25 pesos lang. Sulit. Bin na.
Dito na tayo sa JA, kung saan lahat ay okay. Sa JA, Lahat ito ay super mura. Lahat mga mangga dito sa Jer Sa Jer napatunayan na ng bayan, wala namang iba. Quality shopping ang aming dala. Mapapajoy talaga kayo. Ang supermarket namin ay Jer
Mira drinking water. Fresh, cool, calm.
Hey Joe! Hey Joe! Hey Joe! Hey Joe!
Bilang isang journo at isang host ng sarili kong programa, hindi talaga biro ang trabaho. At kapag pagod, sisiglapan ako with Miralles Cola Grape. Miralles Cola Grape with iron taurine B vitamin. Nasigla ang araw ko. Nasigla ang araw with Miralles Cola.
PDM.
Kasi naantan mo, pero don't worry mga lods. Like itong Piglet Antivirus. G para sa secure na browsing. G para sa secure na computer. At G para sa secure na Pilipinas.
Download and install Peanut Antivirus now.
Wala kaming commercial. Pwera na lang sa commercial nito, oo. Oo naman. Pero, meron ba kaming bagong produkto? Meron ba kaming iaalok sa inyo? Meron ba kaming kinuhang artista o sikat na personalidad para i-endorse kung anong mang inaalok namin? Siyempre, ang sagot niyan, wala. Literal na wala. Wala kami niyan, Chong.
Pagkagising sa umagang mangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan. Pero may solusyon dyan, ito ang MSI gatas.
Mag-MSA gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
And we are back to the program. It is now 7:56 p.m. Philippines Standard Time, and what you are seeing live right now is the lunar eclipse coming from our local agency, that is NDRRMC. So yes, this is the live lunar eclipse you are seeing right here, and here is the footage of people seeing it around right now. All right, so Mido, can you do a little bit of analysis before I continue? All right, Mido. Anyway, I think Mido is very busy, but so anyway, what you are seeing on by the time is, yeah, you're seeing the footage of a bunch of people over there. Oh wow, that's a lot. But there are a bunch of people looking at the moon outside. But yeah, you are really giving up for what to come, right? So yeah, this is really exciting. Oh, and now we're back to the cam. There it is. We're now back to the camera feed, or the direct camera feed of the moon itself. So, what can you say about the upcoming well, not upcoming. I keep sleeping up. But yeah, what can you say about the current situation right now, Mido and Lord Tire Gaming? Okay, I think both of them are busy at the moment. Yes, we'll go back to them later. But for now, let's now get into our usual topics that we will be talking about. Okay, it is now 7:59 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and now it is time for our smartphone week. Not smart. Oh, I already covered that yesterday, but it is now time for our smartphone news segment where we're covering a variety of what's happening in the smartphone industry. So yes, let's now get into our smartphone news. And yeah, let's see, what do we have? We got the Honor 600 Lite. We got the Oppo Find X9 Ultra, OnePlus 15T's display. Of course, we will not forget the iPhone 17e and the iPad Air as well. So I will let everything load first before I even start covering. But yeah, shout out to our current Discord audience who are part of my show right now. We got AlDZ, we got also Zalia, the regular audience, or I should say the regular viewer of ASPHERE'S cover that is not under than also Zalia. And joining me as well is Jay, and of course our guest co-host is Lord Gaming and Leon, as well as Mido. Okay, I just got disconnected. What happened with the AnyTask? Why did I get disconnected?
Probably got another connection, maybe?
I don't know, but yeah. I don't know why did I get disconnected. Terby, what's happening? And the connection got closed unexpectedly. Okay. Oh, there is a problem. Oh, that's the issue with the DCEX PC, I think. Yeah, the other TOC is on relay tunnel. That's the problem. But yeah, anyway, without wasting any more time now, let's get into our. Oh, what? I'm reading the Cool FM chat right now. No, what I was talking about is the log B in Hamachi. It's currently on the relay tunnel for DCEX TOC, and it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, so they might have to restart after TQ+. So yeah. Anyway, I will be now screen sharing because I need to stay on flow with the topics. So without wasting any more time, let's get into our smartphone news. Let's just close all the tabs here. There it is. Oh, it's already full screen. Nice. Okay. Our smartphone news is the iPhone 17e, which Apple has unveiled, featuring the A19 chipset and the notable feature that is now coming to its budget-oriented smartphone, the MagSafe. So, the latest affordable iPhone closely resembles last year's 60e, but introduces a few upgrades while retaining the same price tag. For starters, the iPhone 70e is now powered by Apple's A19 chip, which is in fact the latest and greatest chipset from Apple, a bit with a 4-core GPU. The device does, however, feature the latest C1X modem, which is claimed to deliver improved connectivity. So this is the design of the iPhone, if you're curious how it looks like. Yeah, it does look nice. It does look nice to me. On the front, the phone continues to sport a 6.1-inch OLED screen with the 2532 X 1170 resolution, 16 Hz refresh rate. So don't expect improved refresh rate from Apple for now because they're still sticking with the good old 60 Hz, and a notch for the Face ID system and selfie camera. However, this is an upgrade for the cover screen that is now protected by ceramic shield to collapse. At the back, the iPhone 70e, it gets a single 48 megapixel camera with OIS, or optical image stabilization, and 4K 60 frames Dolby Vision video recording support. Apple claims that the portrait performance is now better thanks to a new image processing pipeline. For selfies and video calling, there's a 12 megapixel camera up front. The iPhone 70e now also gets MagSafe, which again I have mentioned earlier. It's a big upgrade, or it's a massive upgrade from the 60e. Now supporting MagSafe, so this is a good start. Not only the wireless charging, you also have a wide range of accessories that support MagSaving. And as for the charging, it supports 15-watt wireless and faster wired charging as well. And the other specs include Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3, an IP68 rating, GPS, NFC, satellite connectivity, and eSIM support. And for the operating system, it runs the iOS 26, the latest iOS, and comes with Apple Intelligence. Apple's new iPhone 70e will start at $599 for the 256 gigabytes of storage, while the 512 gigabytes of storage variant will be priced at $799. And the further colors will be available in black, white, and a new soft pink finish. Pre-orders will begin in the US on March 4, with delivery set to start on March 11. So that is iPhone 70e. And as for the availability here in the Philippines, unfortunately, as of this episode, we are met with this: check back later for availability. So no pre-orders for the new iPhone 70e in the Philippines just yet, but we do have a pricing details already for the iPhone 70e here in the Philippines. Same for the new iPad Air with M4, which I will be talking about that in a bit, but for now we are going to be focusing on the iPhone 70e. Now, how much is the iPhone 70e in the Philippines? Well, it will be around 44,919 Philippine pesos. That is the base storage, being 256 gigabytes. And the highest it can go up to is 512 gigabytes of internal storage, which will cost you 59,919 Philippine pesos. So these are the pricing details you need to know for the iPhone 70e here in the Philippines. The availability is not now, apparently. So again, they're saying this: check back later for availability, meaning they have no release date yet on when will the phone be arriving here in the Philippines. But if I can only expect the phone will be available around April or late March, it depends. But knowing the typical delay with newer iPhones here in the Philippines, it could take 3 to 4 weeks before it arrives to the Philippine market. So womp womp, I guess. But that's the iPhone 70e details. And I know some of you are asking, does the iPhone 70e support always on display, considering that they use the latest chipset from Apple? The answer is still a resounding no. They do not support always on display, and I have a proof to show you that. So if I go to their iPhone page, and if we go to compare iPhone page right there, or compare iPhone models page. So we're going to focus on the iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17, and iPhone 70e. So if you look very closely, the iPhone 70e does not support always on display, while the regular iPhone 17 does support always on display. And the also caveat is that it does not support ProMotion technology on the iPhone 70e as well. So yeah, you still do not get an always on display, which is very unfortunate, despite both phones are using That's why both phones are using the 819 chipset for the regular iPhone 17 and 17e, while 17e will get 4-core GPU instead of 5. You have the same number, of course, for the neural engine and CPU, but 1 core with a 1 caveat being 4-core GPU on the 70e, while 5 on the regular 17. Is it disappointing that Apple is still limiting always on display to premium phones? Yeah. No always on display, guys. No always on display for 70e, despite using the same Apple chipset. It sucks, but I guess that's what they're doing to keep the cost down. So there you go. So that's the iPhone 70e on what we are showing you right now. And honestly, what are your thoughts on the iPhone 7e so far? I would say it's a pretty going to be a good budget iPhone for newcomers, especially, and also a big update for those coming from iPhone SE series. This might be worth looking, but again, no always on display if you're expecting one. But yeah. So yeah, this is actually a good value for new iPhone like this one. So yeah, Mido, Mido and Laura Tayo Gaming, what do you think about the specs? Yeah, what do you think about the specs?
Again, please.
It's expensive, but it looks good, but it's expensive.
And then for the always on display, does it really matter for the always on display like the regular iPhone 17 and 17 Pro?
I mean, I usually have my phone on all the time, so I think it does matter, but it depends on people that enjoy that kind of feature. Sometimes people don't.
Because if you look very closely in the spec sheets, there is no always on display for the 70e. It's like, nope, you're not getting that on the 70e, which is pretty disappointing. Despite using the same chipset, mind you guys, they're using the same chipset. I repeat, they're using the same chipset for the iPhone 17 E. Like, yeah, A19 also used on the regular 17, but no always on display. So why is that? Is it because Apple is wanting to keep the cost down? Who knows? But yeah, that's iPhone 70e. And moving on to the next one is the iPad Air with the new M4 chip. So Apple has unveiled a third new iPad Air in as many years. The 2026 variant brings the Apple M4 chip, adds extra RAM, and it is the first iPad to feature the N1 and C1X wireless chips from Apple. So, Cupertino makes a brief mention of last year's iPad Air, the one with the M3 chip, but it's clear that this model is aimed at enticing owners, oh boy, of the M1 powered Airs from 2022. Huh? Go ahead. I heard you were saying something. What were you saying?
Sound check. What was that?
I was saying is that this is aimed at enticing owners of the M1 powered Airs from 2022, and of course, users of vanilla iPads to upgrade. So if you have a current iPad, if you have a current vanilla iPad, yeah, Apple really is pushing you to move over to iPad Air just to get the greatest audio performance there. So the new iPad Air with M4 chip is 30% faster than the 2025 entry version. Compared against the 2022 M1 models, however, the new version brings a massive 2.3 times of speed up. But there's even more interesting regarding the RAM. The 2026 model has 12 gigabytes of RAM, up from 8 gigabytes. And it's faster too, with 120 gigabytes per second bandwidth. And for the M4 chip on the iPad Air, it has an 8-core CPU and a 9-core GPU. The 16-core neural engine offers 3 times the performance of the M1 NPU. This, combined with the bigger, faster RAM, will have a massive impact on running on-device AI. And it includes things like background removal in videos in Final Cut Pro too. So Yes, this is the footage. This is the images of Final Cut Pro running on iPad Air. I don't know if they demonstrate the background removal, but yeah. But so yeah, this is how the iPad Air looks like. And also, I noticed that the camera is now facing the front-facing camera is now facing in the landscape orientation. So that is now matching the vanilla iPad, if you ask me. For local connectivity, the tablet uses Apple N1 chip, which supports Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and Thread, which is the smart home protocol. And if you do plan on, if you prefer on picking up the 5G enabled version of the Air, it will feature Apple's C1X model, which offers 50% higher wireless speeds while using 30% less power than the modems used in the M3 powered Airs. Despite rumors, the new models still use liquid retina displays, which is what Apple calls it LCD panels. And shockingly, like the iPhone 70e, no bump in refresh rate. Oh man, Apple, you're still sticking with the outdated refresh rate, huh? Yup, they're still stuck with 60 hertz in the big 26. Anyway, the iPad Air 2026 will be available in two variants, 11-inch and 30-inch, which will cost you $600 and $800 respectively. This is for the base of 12 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of variant. Not surprising because they haven't bumped the storage to 256, so yeah, you're still getting 128 gigabytes of storage as the base variant. And for the 5G variant, you will add $250 for that. So if you get the 5G, it's gonna cost you $850. And there's that. So here are the comparison or specs. Not specs. Here are the prices in other currencies, right here. So 256 will be around $700, 784 euros, 700 pounds, and 75,000 Indian rupees. And the 30-inch will be around $900 for 256, 980 euros, 900 pounds, and 95,000 Indian rupees. So I highly recommend if you are planning on picking up the iPad Air. If you're planning on picking up the iPad Air, I highly recommend you pick up the 256 gigabytes of storage because 128, it may be too low for your use, or really, it really depends on use, but 128 is too low. So I highly recommend you pick up the 256 as your storage. And there's that. And aside from the pricing, they also offer a $50 discount for teachers and students. And the pre-order period will be the same as the iPhone SE, Wednesday, March 4, and the general availability will be next week, March 11. And for the accessories, you'll be able to pick up the Apple Magic Keyboard for the price of $270 for the 11-inch model and $320 for the 30-inch model. And aside from that, you have two options. If you want to go with regular Apple Pencil or Pen Pro, there's that. The regular pencil will cost you $80 and Pen Pro will cost you $130. And all of these are subject to education discounts too. And for the package, or once in the box, it will come with the USB-C charging cable and the 20-watt USB-C power adapter. Yes, Apple is still including the charger brick on their iPads, but not on the iPhones. So there you go. So that's the iPad Air with M4 chipset. And honestly, on paper, it sounds very enticing upgrade. But the refresh rate is boo! Boo! Why are they still sticking with 60 Hz refresh rate in the big 26 for iPad Air? Boo! Anyway, Mido, what do you think about the iPad Air with M4 chipset? Does the specs look good on paper? And what are your thoughts, really?
I don't think it really does look good, but um, that's kind of an awful trade off if we're thinking about this iteration of the iPad Air. Is that kind of refresh rate is awful, but I think it might be a good compromise if you're going for fast if you're going for like bigger storage or just really faster times in general. But I don't know, I'm not as enticed.
Yeah, the refresh rate is a downside, really, but the rest of the specs look really good on paper. But the refresh rate, come on, Apple, come on. The refresh rate, you have to bump it up to match with Pro at least, but they're not doing it still. Like what? Are they still stuck in their old standards? I guess so. But either way, aside from the refresh rate issue, I do say the new iPad Air does really look promising. Okay, moving on now to to the rest of our smartphone headlines. Honor 600 Lite online listing reveals its design, specification, and price. So early last month, details about a new mid-range device, the Honor 600 Lite has our service online, and it is likely to be part of the upcoming Honor 600 series. While Honor hasn't made any details about the 600 Lite official, the phone has been listed online. The Honor 600 Lite offers a premium build with a metal frame, a glass rear panel, and an IP66 rating according to the online listing. The device also appears to have a dedicated shutter camera. Yes! Did you see that? Did you hear that? A dedicated camera shutter button. So they're copying Apple. They're really copying Apple. Mido, Laro Tayo Gaming. Honor's copying Apple. They're adding a dedicated shutter button.
iPhone 16. Am I
Honor's
right,
copying
Stavros?
it. Honor's copying it, right?
They can just copy they could just copy it, you know. Even the dynamic island is basically copying some of the Android phones just 1 month or 3 months before a dynamic island is released. Well,
I mean,
no.
when you think about it, though, everything is basically like everybody's basically copying off each other. So I don't think this is a surprise to anybody following the smartphone scene or just anything in general. It shouldn't come as a surprise. I do think that this looks really good. I think this might be um kind of giving Apple a run for its money.
Mm-hmm. Like the design of the phone is very Apple to me. It's very Apple. The design of the phone is very Apple. Despite it's made by Honor.
Hey Apple.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is.
No.
You're correct in that it does look like Apple, but again, we still have to reiterate that they're just basically copying each other's strategies to make the phone more enticing to consumers. So I do think that this is a really good phone if you're looking for a more affordable alternative to the very expensive Apple ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Apple.
Anyway.
Not the annoying orange. No, please.
Anyway, oh yeah, I remember. I have covered that before. That Honor phone copying the orange. I mean, to be fair, Apple always starts the trend. Apple always does the trend. Apple is a trend starter, okay? Apple is a trend starter in smartphone design, and eventually Chinese smartphone manufacturers will copy Apple. You understand that? Apple really is a trendsetter. We know this was coming. We knew this was coming. As for the specs, the phone will be powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 71000 Elite SoC, paired with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. Now, this is better. At least they're not giving you 128 gigabytes of storage as a base model. You are already getting 256 gigabytes of storage as the base model. So this is a good start. And for the operating system, it runs Android 16 based on a UI out of the box and will offer several AI features. And for the camera specs, you get the dual rear camera setup with a 108 megapixel primary sensor with an f1.75 aperture paired with a 5 megapixel ultra wide camera. For selfies and video calling, the Honor 600 Lite is listed to offer a 60 megapixel camera. It sports a 6.6-inch AMOLED display with a full HD plus resolution and a refresh rate of 120 Hz. The phone houses a 6,250 milliamp battery with 45-watt fast charging support, as per the online listing. The Honor 600 Lite is listed in desert gold and velvet black color options. The device is available for purchase in Singapore with a starting price of 399 Singaporean dollars. It will also be making its way to Europe soon. So, 399 Singaporean dollars, huh? Let me convert that to.
Can we see like an actual price tag in the? Can we see how much it costs in Philippine pesos? Like,
actually gonna convert that right now.
Is it already being sold here?
Only in Singapore as of this time. But if we convert it here, that will be around estimated 18,254.28 Philippine pesos. Not bad.
Oh my god.
That's a really good price tag for a very packed phone.
That is not bad at all. I'm really shocked to see the price. That is not bad.
Yeah, the is the chip. Staros is correct about this. I think the only problem is really the CPU. I think it's going to be a little slower compared to most modern phones, but it is a good compromise when you have that packed of a phone.
Yeah, right? So that's the Honor 600 Lite. And audiences, what do you think about this one? And will it be worth the price for only around 15,000 to 20,000 Philippine peso price range? Will the phone be worth getting?
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
I'd rather probably invest on a graphics card rather than this.
I mean, if you're into PC gaming, yeah, sure, you can invest in graphics card. But if you're really in the needs of looking for a new phone for a lower price with this kind of design, this will be good for you. Okay. Oh, so I'm saying, go ahead. Who was speaking? Go ahead.
Shopee 33 mega sale.
Not
Tapos gusto ko tuloy bumili ng makeup dahil sa'yo.
Okay, we're less than 3 minutes and we will now be doing our quick smartphone news now. We're running out of time. So here it is. Oppo Find X9 Ultra is set to launch globally. So Oppo announced that the Find X9 Ultra will debut globally later this year, making it the first Ultra model in the Find X lineup to launch outside China. Oppo stated that the Find X9 Ultra's global launch underscores its long-term commitment to the global market. The Find X9 Ultra's imaging system is co-developed with Hasselblad, and it integrates the most advanced imaging system Oppo has ever developed for a smartphone. In 2026, many devices will carry the Ultra label. We believe the title must be earned. With Find X9 Ultra, we are setting a new benchmark for mobile imaging. That's according to Elvis Sihu, who is the CEO of Oppo Europe. and OnePlus 15T. Uh, uh, and another round of news for OnePlus 15T, as they have teased its display and will have a slimmer bezels than iPhone 17 Pro. So if you look very closely, can you tell the difference? It does look slim for the OnePlus 15T compared to iPhone 17 Pro. Well, what do we know? Chinese manufacturers are catching up. Okay, we are now less than 2 minutes before we say goodbye to our cafe. And now, as you are seeing it live right on our cafe, look at that, guys. Look at the moon right there. Look at the moon.
The eclipse finished around an hour ago. So what you're seeing right now is basically just it's just the moon going back to its usual form.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't know how to say it.
It's okay.
I don't know how to say it, but that blood moon looks so sick.
Oh,
for real.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, for real.
I think
Okay.
there will be vampires tonight. Oh my god!
Yep.
There's vampires. I'm kidding. If you know, you know.
Okay, close.
But yeah, thank you so much
Already
for
closed it. Okay, got it. I already closed it.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, it's now exactly 8:30. And before we go, I think TQ Plus is already wrapping up as well. But do you have any last words, Larotario Gaming and Mido, before we wrap the program?
I use Arch, by the way. I'm just joking.
What a great quote. People are using Arch.
Uwi mo ng MSA gatas.
Yes.
King Apple.
Gatas, guys. Drink MSA gatas. Thank you so much. Adizi. I really appreciate that. What a way to end our show. I also want to thanks so much for your continued support. And again, shout out to all of you Discord audiences, especially the longtime viewer Azazalia, who has been a longtime viewer of our cafe and supporting it all the way until today. So thank you so much, Azazalia, for your continued support. And again, shout out to the rest of our Discord audience. With that brings us to the end of ASPHERE'S Cafe for today. And I would like to say thank you so much for listening or watching or wherever you are right now. And we will be back again tomorrow with an anime and Japanese pop culture. Yes, later we'll be having anime and Japanese pop culture. That will be for tomorrow's episode of ASPHERE'S Cafe. And Larotayo Gaming is asking, will there be Kabayak? Will there be Kabayak tomorrow, later? No! Kabayak will be tomorrow. Today will be the regular DWC. Yes, today will be the regular DWC LTG. Okay, I will not be wasting any more time. So coming up next on Cool FM, ASP Radio, DZEX, and SF Radio is La Noche del Martes. And for the overnight viewers on koolTV will be the Music Express after this episode. This has been ASPHERE'S Cafe. I'm Cairo. Mido, LTG.
La Noche Buenas de Almoranas.
Susunod na sa Cool
Susunod na.
Wait.
Maraming salamat.
Wait, you know what? I will say this right here. Wait, you know what? I'll say this. On behalf, I'm Kyra along with Mido and Larotario Gaming. The cafe is now closed. We will be seeing you tomorrow. La Noche del Martes is next. While over on All for Night programming, Music Express is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.